We are very honored to have Venerable Sayadaw Hukamara Vivamsa to conclude the teaching on the Buddha's last days, the Mahāparinibbāna Sutta. We are also very honored to have PAOG Singapore to co-host this series. The teaching is scheduled for 1.5 hours, including Q&A. Today is part 25. It's also our last session on this series. Before teaching starts, we have a few housekeeping notes. We are using the simultaneous interpretation Zoom functionality for today's teaching. Let's go over the channel selection and take a minute to select your preferred channel. If you see a globe icon on the bottom of your Zoom screen, that is the interpretation icon. Please click on the icon and choose either English or Chinese according to your preference. Please do not stay at off or original channel if you would like to hear the English translation from our Chinese interpreter. If you use a cell phone or mobile device, when you select channels, please make sure to click Done to complete the selection. Please select your preferred interpretation language channel now. If you have any question, please send it to our Zoom's chat room. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. May we now invite Sayadaw and interpreter Bande to start the teaching, please. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Taking all three refugees and 5 precepts. The Rabbi of Dhamma to take the 5 precepts. Aham Bande,
Aham Bande,
Sarane Nasaha,
Tisarane Nasaha,
Pancha Silan,
Pancha Sila,
Dhamma Yachami,
Dhamma Yachami,
Nugahan Gatawa,
Anugahan Gatawa,
Landeta,
Dilandeta,
Me Bande,
Me Bande,
Dudiyambi,
Dudiyambi,
Aham Bande,
Aham Bande,
Sarane Nasaha,
Tisarane Nasaha,
Pancha Silan,
Pancha Silan,
Dhamma Yachami,
Dhamma Yachami,
Nugahan Gatawa,
Anugahan Gatawa,
Landeta,
Silandeta,
Me Bande,
Me Bande,
Dudiyambi,
Tadiyambi,
Bande,
Aham Bande,
Sarane Nasaha,
Tisarane Nasaha,
Pancha Silan,
Pancha Silan,
Maya Jami,
Dhamma Yachami,
Kahangadawa,
Anugahan Gatawa,
Deta,
Silandeta,
Ebande,
Me Bande,
Yamhawadami, Damwadeta,
Ma Bande,
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammasambuddhassa,
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Buddham Saranang Gacchami, Dhammam Saranang Gacchami, Sangham Saranang Gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Dudiyampi Buddham Saranang Gacchami, Dudiyampi Dhammam Saranang Gacchami, Dudiyampi Sangham Saranang Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddhan Saranam Gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhamman Saranam Gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Tisarana Gamanam Pribhunam.
Mahāpante.
Panati Pata Viramani Sikhapadan Samadhiyami.
Panati Pata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Adena Dana Viramani Sikhapadan Samadhiyami.
Adina Dana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Kamesu Mechachara Viramani Sikhapadan Samadhiyami.
Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Musawada Viramani Sikhapadan Samadhiyami.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Sura Meraya Meja Pamada Thana Viramani Sikhapadan Samadhiyami.
Sura Meraya Majapamadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Idame Punyan Asawakaya Wahan Hodu.
Idame Bunyang Asawakaya Vaha Hodu.
Idame Silan Nibbanasa Pechayo Hodu.
Idame Sila Nibbanasa Pachayo Hodu.
Tisarane Nasaha Penja Silandaman Sadugan Katawa Apamade Nasambadita.
Mahāpante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, let's start our Dhamma discussions by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Ukasapa. Who showed this one? Ukasapa. Okay, today, the Buddha's last days, part 25. Today is also the last day for this serious topic. Today is the last day for Mahāparinibbāna Sutta. Last talk, we also explained about the last part of Mahāparinibbāna Sutta, but because of poor internet connections, the listeners cannot hear clearly. That is why now we will explain the Buddha's last days conclusions today. Briefly. Then, when the Buddha has attained his final Parinibbāna, then already 7 days, Venerable Mahākassapa and his disciples, 500 bhikkhus, are still coming to the Kusinara to pay homage to the Buddha. During these times, the 7 days of the Buddha's Mahāparinibbāna, then they also knew the Buddha already passed away 7 days ago. Or they got the news from Ajivaka, one Ajivaka, the monk from the other religions. The Buddha has passed away, the Buddha has already attained his final Parinibbāna since 7 days ago. As soon as they had the news from this Ajivaka, monks from other religions, the many Putthojanas bhikkhu, Sotapanna Sakadagami bhikkhu from Venerable Kassava's disciples crying out a lot. The Buddha passed away very quickly, very, very quickly. Then the brightness of the Dhamma disappears very, very quickly. But the Anagami and Arhanta bhikkhu from this audience, then they also have the Mahasamvega, great sense of urgency. Sabbe Sankhara Anicca, all formations are anicca. After arising, they will perish. Nobody can prevent the perishings not to perish. Nobody, according to their wishes, it cannot last, it cannot exist. But one of the, Vodha Babajita, one old bhikkhu who ordained in his old age, we call Vodha Babajita. Subhadda, his name is Subhadda. Oh, Subhadda, then the last, the noble disaster or the Buddha is also Subhadda. But this one also Subhadda, is it? Oh. Subhadda Nama Vodha Babajita. This is also Subhadda. Maybe Subhadda is a very good name during the Buddha times. There are many Subhadda. Then Subhadda Vodha Babajita says to the bhikkhus who are crying loudly. Then how he said, Alang Awuso Ma Sochaita Ma Prideweta. Oh Awuso, oh bhikkhus. Although maybe he is a junior among this audience, but he still called Awuso. He does not know what the Buddha ordered in last day. If junior bhikkhu want to address to the senior bhikkhu, need to use Bande or Ayasam, is it? But the senior bhikkhu want to call the junior bhikkhu, then they should use Awuso or their name or their hometown, country, etc. But now he is still called Awuso or bhikkhu together. Okay, he don't use Bande. He does not use Bande. Then Awuso Maso Jaita Ma Prideweta. Don't worry. Oh Awuso, don't worry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Sumudha Mayan Tena Masamanena. We have escaped from the Mahasamana, Gautama. Ubadudaja Homa Idawo Kapati Idawo Nakapati. When he was alive, he tortured us a lot. Idawo Kapati, this is suitable for you. This is not suitable for you to do. Idanipana Maya Yan Eche Sama Dan Grace Sama. Now, whatever we wish to do, we will do. Yan na Eche Sama Dan na Grace Sama. If we don't want to do, okay, we don't need to do. According to our desire, there we will stay. Oh, we will stay. Oh, this is his word. Subhadda Vodha Babajita's encouragements to the other bhikkhu. When the Buddha was alive, he controlled the bhikkhus a lot. He controlled us a lot. This is not suitable for you to do. This is suitable for you to do. You should not do this. You should do this, etc. But now, since he passed away, then we will do whatever we want to do. We will not do whatever we don't want to do. Oh, what he says, very dangerous words. Then he You know, the Buddha just attained his final Parinibbāna, the Buddha just passed away. Although his teachings is still existing in the world, but he immediately destroyed the Buddha's Vinaya or teaching, etc. Oh, that is a very dangerous. Such kinds of person is very dangerous in the sasana. When Venerable Kassapa heard what he says to the 500 bhikkhus, what the Subhadda Pavajita says to the Venerable Kassapa's disciple, then what happened? He feels the sense of urgency. Actually, he immediately want to, want him to disrobe. Okay, you trying to disrobe and he want to disperse. By important ashes on his head. Go away. You are not worthy of Buddha's dispensation. You should not stay in the Buddha's dispensation in this way. But he controlled his mind. He controlled his mind. Why? Oh, then the Buddha just attained his final Parinibbāna 7 days ago. But the Buddha's disciples are quarreling each other, disputing each other. They are not harmonious each other. Then many non-religious, non-Buddhists will criticize us. Then it is not suitable for us. That is when the Venerable Kassapa didn't say anything to him. Only just the Venerable Kassapa encouraged his disciples. Sabbe Sankha, the Sabbe Hipi Manape Nanabao Winabao Enyantabao. P.A. Manape, it is natural to separate from the beloved persons. Is it separation from the love and the separations from the love? The love is a natural. Tankuteta lava yantan jatan buddhan sankatan paloka dhamma. All formations were vanished. All formations were perished after arising. Even the Buddha's body, although we wish the Buddha's body to last for a long time, but we cannot wish to last for a long time. Even the Buddha's body were vanished, were perished. Or Venerable Mahākassapa encouraged to his disciple. Then he also saw the dangers for the Buddha's dispensation since these times. Okay, then after just the Buddha attained his final Parinibbāna, but there are also such kinds of very big bhikkhu in the Buddha's dispensation. Then the Buddha also preached the Dhammas, many Dhammas in every places. Those Dhamma Vinaya are like the flower without garland, flower garlands with the strips, is it? That is why maybe the Venerable Kassapa has intentions to collect the Buddha's teachings like flower garland or flower garlands. That is why, after the Buddha's final Parinibbāna, then Venerable Kassapas will lead the first Sangha courses in Rajaga country with the support of Ajatasattukan. There will be the first Sangha courses. Then Venerable Ananda will be the Venerable Kassapa will be the questioners for all Buddha's Dhamma and Vinaya. Then Venerable Ananda will be the answerers for the Buddha's Suttas and Bidama. Then Venerable Upali will be the answerers of Vinaya Pitaka. So in this way, many 500 Arahants will gather together and they will recite the Buddha's teaching. After that, they will confirm, these are Vinaya, all bhikkhu need to follow this Vinaya rule. These are Suttanta taught by the Buddha, or this is a Dika Nikaya, long discourse of the Buddha, etc. Is it? This is the Majjhima Nikaya media discourse of the Buddha. In this way, they were collect all the Buddha's teachings as a group. Then this is Abhidhamma Pitaka, etc. Then the Venerable Kassapa also appointed those bhikkhus to maintain their respective Pitaka, etc. Then in this way, the Buddha's teachings will last for a long time without disappearing. Otherwise, there are many such kinds of subhata, such kinds of bhikkhu, bad bhikkhu who were destroying the Buddha's teaching quickly. Because of this, okay, Venerable Kassapa has intentions to do the first Sangha council as far as possible. This Subhata Bhikkhu is, Vodha Pavajita. Here, Vodha Pavajita in the Sakran. Gone forth and old age, they translate. The Buddha also taught two sutta regarding Vodha Pavajita, the bhikkhus who ordain in their old age. So what are they? Okay, so a little bit. What are they? Then they want to do. Pejime. Penjayi Bhikkhave Dhammehi Penjayi Bhikkhave Dhamme Samanagato Dunglabo Vodha Pavajito. They know bhikkhus, it is rare to find one gone forth in old age. The one who ordained in their old age, who possesses 5 qualities. What 5? What 5? Donglabo Bhikkhave Vodha Pavajito, Nipuna, a little bit. Nipuna, number 1, Donglabo Nipuno. One who ordained in their old age, who is a quick-witted, who is a gentle, okay, who is a gentle and delicate, subtle in their appearance, their manner, like this. Akapa Sampano, who has the proper manner, then very difficult to find. The bhikkhus who ordain in their, it is very difficult to find with the proper manner, Nipuno, very subtle and very gentle. Gentle, very gentle, very subtle. Yeah, and I don't refer to anybody. No, this is the Buddha's word, is it? I am living with them here. Most of them, okay, this is the time for meditation. Go to Sima House to meditate. No, Sima House is very far. I want to stay in Mangudi. Then a few times, okay. If they don't want to lessons, I don't encourage them. Then they stay here for 1 year, 2 years without regular practicing, without lessons to teachers instruction. Then they only just pass a few years, they had no attainment. Why? Very difficult. Is it? But why? In their family or their business, they are leader. That is why when they ordain in their old age, although they have intentions to attain jhana, mega, phala, nibbana, but they don't want to practice or according to their previous nature. Why? Then very difficult to find the subtle manner. Donglabo Agapa Sampano, you see their appearance, they wear the robe improperly, unequally, etc. Then also very difficult to find the bhikkhu with the proper manner if they ordain in their old age. Donglabo Bohusudor, number 3, who is a learned, very learned, who is a knowledgeable, sure, very difficult to find. But there are also some bhikkhu who has knowledge, who are knowledgeable, but very rare, okay? Most of them, they have no knowledge in Vinaya, they have no knowledge in Dhamma. Then although the teacher instruct instruct them to do good thing, but they don't want to do. I know, I lead the business in my family, or something like this. Is it? Then number 4, Donglabo Dhamma Gatiko. It is very difficult to find who can preach the Dhamma properly. Then number 5, Donglabo Winyadaro. Then it is also very rare to find the ones who is an expert in the Vinaya. They also don't know Vinaya. The Samanera ordained since young, so they also study Vinaya. When they stay together with the teachers who respect the Vinaya, then they also know and they follow the Vinaya rule. But when they ordain in their old age, they have no time to learn Vinaya. That is why they also don't know what is benefit, what is allowable or what is not allowable, etc. What is suitable for them or what is not suitable. Then the Buddha taught 5 things. Okay, another one. Another Dutiya Pavajita Sutta. Then not only one Sutta, another Sutta. Okay, number 1. Don't love Bobby, Buddha Pavajita, Suvacho. It is very, very difficult to correct. Suvacho means very difficult to find the one who are obedient. Okay, who are obedient, who are difficult, who are easy to correct. If they are doing something wrong, it is not suitable for you. Bhikkhu should do in this way. Like, just now Subhadra Pavajita, although the Buddha taught in this way, but he is like this. He says in this way. Then very difficult to correct. Then number 3, don't labo sugadegahi. Don't labo sugadegahi. Who family retrain in mind what he has learned. Okay, he holds a kind of view since maybe labor since time. Okay. When he ordained in their old age, this is not suitable for you to do or to hold such kinds of wrong view, but they don't want to relinquish. They hold firmly and strongly. Is it? Then, don't labo bedeginagahi. Who accept instruction? Who accept instruction respectfully? Very difficult to find the one who accepts instructions respectfully. Okay, it is also very difficult to find, but there are also some very good bhikkhu who accept the instruction from the teacher. The number 4, don't labo Dhamma Gatiko. Very difficult to find the one who can preach the Dhamma properly. Number 5, don't labo Vinayadaro. Very difficult to find who is who follow the Vinaya or who is an expert in the Vinaya. Okay. Then the Buddha taught 2 Buddha Pavajita Suttas regarding the bhikkhus who ordain in their old age. Okay, you can remove this acronym, no problem. Then the Subhadra Bhikkhu, he ordained in his old age. That is why he is also one of this one. When he says this very big word to the bhikkhus, when they had the news of the Buddha's Mahāparinibbāna, then one day, the Buddha he was living in Atuma city, nearby the Kusinara also. That time, he also had 2 sons, young sons. They have very good voice and they can preach, they can speak very gentle speech, etc. He was a Baba, a Baba means who prepared the others' hairs. Then this is his business when he was a layperson. He also taught the Baba words to his two sons. They can also do the Baba job well. But one day they ordained as a bhikkhu in the Buddha's dispensation. Then two of his young sons also ordained as a samanera. When they are living in Aduma city, then the Buddha came to Aduma city from this Kusinara, together with 250 bhikkhus. When he heard the news, then he encouraged his two sons to find the salt, rice, wine, etc., to cook the yagu, rice porridge, to offer to the Buddha. How they find? They have their Baba Tum. Baba Tum is the outfit of Baba to shake or to prepare the hairs of the laypersons. Then you go and do your job, you walk from house to house in the city. Then if they ask, what do you want? Then you answer, okay, we want the salt, wine, and rice, etc., to cook the rice yagu, to offer to the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Then he encouraged his two sons Samanera. Because of his encouragement, then they also two young Samanera also went to the village or went to the Aduma cities to find the rice, wine, etc. By working their Baba job. Okay, we are very skillful in making the repairing the hair or shaping the hair. Who want to shape? Although they don't want to shape their hair, they don't want to repair. They don't want to repair their hair, but because of their pleasant sound, pleasant voice, then many people come out and they also do. Then after that, what do you want to get? Because with this job, then they also answer the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha will comes to this city. Then at that time we wish to offer yagus to the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. That is why we will take salt, wine, and rice. Then they also offer many rice, wine, etc. Then in this way they collect a lot of rice and wine in the whole country. Then finally, the Buddha is coming to the Aduma city from Kusinara, that time, a long time ago, okay? Then they also, the Subhadra Uddapapajita also cook the rice yagu with his two sons. Also, then he also asked many people to have and to cook. Then they also have cooking. He also cooked himself by wearing, the black robe, blue robe, blue robe. Then he got himself taking the spoon, a spoon made of the wood, etc. Then when he was cooking, the Buddha also stayed in the Bhusagara, a kind of small hut made of the glasses from the paddy. Then next day, the Buddha entered into Aduma city together with 500 bhikkhus for alms food. That time, someone informed the Subhadra Uddapapajita bhikkhu, the Buddha is entering into the cities for alms food. Then if you wish to offer, you should go and offer and invite the Buddha. Then he went to the Buddha by wearing the black color robe and also taking the spoon made of the wood. After that, he invited, one day I have prepared the sweet porridge, rice yagu for Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Please accept our offering. At that time, what happened? The Buddha knew this condition, but the Buddha asked, how did you get such kinds of rice yagu, etc. Then he also explained evidence to the Buddha, how he collect the rice, etc. Then the Buddha blame him. The Buddha criticized him, why you do in this way? It is not proper for bhikkhus to do. Bhikkhu should not encourage other people to offer. This, if they do so, you know what will be? Will be Dogata Abadi. Then also without invitation, they should not ask the people to have or to offer something. Then if they encourage the people to do so, there will be Dogata Abadi. Another thing is a bhikkhu who have been above us before. They cannot carry the office of the Baba or the tool for Baba, shaping, etc. Then what will happen? If they carry the tools for Baba, like the sharp knife, etc., to shape the other person's hair, then there will be also Dogata Abadi. So the Buddha laid down 2 Vinaya rules regarding Subhata Uddha Pavajita. This is in Mahāvaka Vinaya Pitaka. Okay. Okay, now you understand. Then because of the Buddha also scolded him, then the Buddha also didn't accept his offering. Then what happened? Then he was unhappy. He is not happy with this condition. They said he is a Sabbenyutta. He know everything. If he know everything, why he didn't inform me early? You should not arrange such kinds of thing. You should not offer such kinds of thing. We will not accept your offering, etc. But now we have already cooked everything. Good food also cannot keep for a long time. At least measurements, if we can keep the cooked food only just for 7 days, will last. After they were decomposed, is it? Because of this reason, then he got angry with the Buddha. Then he had hatred toward the Buddha, but he dared not to say anything to the Buddha. What he thought, if I say something to the Buddha, then he will frighten me. Why? He ordained from royal family, the king's family. That is why, with his power, then he will make some sufferings to me. Although he get angry with the Buddha, but he didn't say anything to the Buddha during this time. Okay, but now he had the news. The Buddha already took his final Mahāparinibbāna. The Buddha had passed away. Then as soon as he had the news, then he said this was very bad words to the other bhikkhu happily. Okay, this is the reason why he says, okay, we have escaped from the Buddha's hand. We can do whatever we want to do. We will not do whatever we don't want to do. He tortured us a lot. He controlled us a lot when he was alive. What he says is like this. Okay, then you understand the Subhata Uddha Pavajita's disciple, Uddha Pavajita's story. Then finally, Venerable Mahākassapa and 500 bhikkhus reached the Kusinara. Then during this time, actually, they also trying to cremate the Buddha's body. They also trying to burn the Buddha's body. The 4 chief king of the Kusinara trying to burn the Buddha's body with the wood, sandalwood fire. But when they trying to make the fire, it does not appear. They cannot burn the Buddha's body with the fire. Then they also try, for example, 8 people together, 16 people together. Although they trying to burn the Buddha's body with the fire with many people, but they couldn't burn. Then they also asked Venerable Anuruddha the reason. Then Venerable Anuruddha answered, the Deva disagree with you. They are waiting for Venerable Mahākassapa. Then Venerable Mahākassapa reached to the Buddha's, the Buddha's the place where the Buddhas took his final Parinibbāna. Then as soon as Venerable Kassapa and 500 Bhikkhu reached there, then Venerable Mahākassapa, at the time they already wrapped the Buddha's body with the many 500 new clothes. That is why nobody can see the Buddha's body. But Venerable Mahākassapa did the Adhaitthana determinations. Then because of Venerable Kassapa's determination, the Buddha's two feet come out from the clothes. Then Venerable Kassapa also pay homage to the Buddha's feet, pay homage to the Buddha's feet by touching with his head. Okay. Then he also do forgiveness toward the Buddha. Then the other 500 bhikkhu also pay homage to the Buddha's feet by touching with their head. Then they go around the Buddha's body by right side for 3 times. Or after finishing paying homage to the Buddha's body, then the Buddha's body was burned by the fire automatically without anybody burning. Why? The Deva, they burn the Buddha's body with the Deva's fire, etc. Then what will happen? Then the Buddha's relics remained. During this time also, no smoke appear. Then after burning the Buddha's body also, no charcoal, no, the Buddha, from the Buddha's body, no ashes remained, etc. Only the Buddha's relics remained. Okay. Only the Buddha's relics remained. No ashes or dust remained from the Buddha's body. Yeah. Then what will happen? Then after they collecting the Buddha's relics, they also put in somewhere with their many cut. Then they also puja, they also honor the Buddha's relics body for 7 days. During this day, Ajatasattu king, the king of the Rajaga country, he also had the Buddha took his final Parinibbāna. Then he also sends the messengers to the Kusinaras. How? Then I am also worthy of the Buddha's relics to share, to receive the Buddha's relics. I am also worthy to receive the Buddha's relics. So please share the Buddha's relics to me. Then he also sends his message to the his message together with messengers to the Kusinara, Manla king. In the same way, but what the other says, I will not share. The Buddha took his final Parinibbāna in our country, not in your country. Malagan replies to the Ajatasattu king. In the same way, Vesalika, Lesawi kings from Vesali country, they also send messengers to the Mala country, the Kusinaras, to share the Buddha's relics. Saying the same way, we are also the king. The Buddha is also the king. Right, from royal family, we should receive the Buddha's relics, etc. But they also reply the same way. Then in the same way, Kapilavatthu, Secha king, Sakya came from the Kapilavatthu country. This is our relatives, our Buddha. Then we should also receive the Buddha's relics. Then you should share the Buddha's relics to our country. Or he also sends their message to the Malakin. They also reply the same way. They will not share. Then another number 4, Bulaya kings from Alakapa country also they say. Koliya came from Rama village also the same way. They also send. Number 6, Wattadipa Brahmana from Wattadipa country also sends the same message to the Manla king. Number 7, you know, Manla came from Pawaya country, very close to the Kusinara. They also send messengers to the Kusinara. You should share the Buddha's relics to us. We are also worthy to receive the Buddha's relics. But, you know, Manla came from Kusinara. They replied to all, we will not share the Buddha's relics to you. Then the Buddha took his final Parinibbāna in our country. We are worthy of the Buddha's relics. Then at that time, what will happen? Ajata Sadukin, Lechawikin, and Sakyakin, etc. All 7 countries, they also prepare the armies to fight with the Manla king. They all are around the Manla country, Kusinara, with their army. Then if you don't share the Buddha's relics to us, then we will destroy your country. We will fight with you, etc. Then many army are there. Is it? Then what will happen? If they fight each other for the Buddha's relics, what will happen? Who will win? Okay, commentary says the, you know, Manla king from Kusinara will win. Although their country is a very small country, army is a very small army. Why? The Deva are from their side. Deva are also gathering around the Buddha's relics around this area. They are from their side. That is why if they fight each other, then although their army is a very small army, then they will have them. Then they will win in this fighting, in this war. But, you know, because of these conditions, you know, Dhamma Brahmana is like a professor in the university. Most of them came from different countries. Since they study in the university, they study the art from the Dhamma Brahmana. Dhamma Brahmana, he was a professor. Is it? Most of them are Dhamma Brahmana's disciples. And Dhamma Brahmana he saw these conditions and he says, Sunandu Bondo Mama Eka Vajana, oh, please don't fight each other. Please listen to my only one admonishment. Amagan Buddha Hukandiwado, our Buddha has, you know, the ideas of the tolerance, idea of the forbearance, kandi, patience. The Buddha says to be patient each other, not to fight each other, not to quarrel each other, not to dispute each other. Is it? Although sentence to get angry, okay, be patient, not to get each other, not to fight each other. Or the Buddha encourage Dhamma Brahmana professor admonished to them. Or they also, our teacher, our professor is given the advice to us. Then now you should share the Buddha relics to each other. If you share each other, then what will happen? Then it will be beneficial for all people from different countries. Because of this reason, then they also listen to Dhamma's admonishment. Is it all that? Then they also ask Dhamma professors to Dhamma Brahmanas to share the Buddha's relics to each country. Then 16 container remain, very big container. Okay, measure of the capacity. A set, how to call in English, is it? Then what will happen? Then the Buddha's relics, everybody want to take the Buddha relics to make the stupa or jetiya in their country. Okay, they will make the jetiya or stupa in their country. They will put the Buddha's relics. Then what will happen? Then if they have the if they believe in the Buddha or the Buddha's relics, then they also respect the jetiya, relics jetiya. Then they pay homage to the Buddha relics jetiya. They will also offer flowers, the light to the relics jetiya with the devoted mind, devotionless mind, etc. Then what will happen? Then they will obtain a lot of benefit even in this present life. After passing away, they can be reborn in good realms, such as human realm or Deva realm, etc. Because of this benefit, they want to make their religious pagoda in their own country. Is it? Then Dona, according to their encouragement, Dona Brahmana will share the Buddha's relics one with one container. Then or maybe relics pot. Is it? Then he bought the Buddha's relics. Then share 2 containers to each country. Altogether 8 countries, including the Mala, Kusinara countries. Then altogether 16 containers of the Buddha's relics. So regarding the Buddha's relics, here, then okay, then I will explain. After sharing in this way, when they are sharing, maybe they are also having conversation each other. They don't, maybe they forget to pay attention the Dona Brahmana. What will happen? Then Dona Brahmana also taught the Buddha's 2 relics. 2 relics mean the light fans. The Buddha's, the right side up above fans. Then he taught the Buddha's relics and he put in his 2 bars. What is this one? Sorry. 2 bands, no? 2 bands that close with surrounded on his head. Then he put the Buddha's fan. This one is the iron tooth of the Buddhas. They call the iron tooth of the Buddhas. One two Buddha's relics. He put in his 2 bands. Then he share all relics. After sharing, what will happen? What will happen is during these times, although no people knew, he took the Buddha's relics and hide the Buddha's the Buddha's iron tooth relics and has the clothes on the head. Nobody know, but Saka know. Oh, Saka know where is the Buddha's the iron tooth relics. Then when he considered, then he saw, Dona Brahmana hide the Buddha's relic on his head. Then whether he can take care of the Buddha's relics properly or not. No, he has no ability to take care of the Buddha's relics. The Buddha relic is very valuable. Then, okay, the Saka also took the Buddha's relics from the Dona Brahmana's head. Then he brought the Buddha's, the iron tooth relics to the fun relics to the towering Devara. Then the king of the Deva, Saka, also made the stupa Chulamani Chetiya. Then he also put the Buddha relics in the Chulamani Chetiya and towering the country. Okay, if you wish to pay homage to the Buddha's 2 relics, above right side, the fun relics of the Buddha. Then you can go and pay homage to the Chulamani Chetiya and towering the rams. That's it there. Is it? Then, okay, then what will happen? After sharing all the Buddha's relics to the 8 countries, then they also obtain the Buddha's relics for each country obtain the 2 containers of the Buddha's relics. Then no the Buddha's relics remains there. At that time, what Maurya came from Pipalivaniya country. They also came there. At that time, what will happen? Then no Buddha's relics remain. Then Dona Brahmana also inquire the Buddha's 2 relics on his head. At that time, no Buddha's relics there. Already despair. Then actually he hide the Buddha's relics without others' knowledge. That is why he dare not to say anybody. Why? His thief walk will appear if he says something. Actually, he only just want to take care of the Buddha's two relics. That is why he hide. Actually, this is not considered as a stealing, is it? Adhinatana. Then the Sangha also just took the Buddha's two relics to put the Buddha's relics in proper place only, without knowledge of the Dhamma Brahmana. This is also not considered as a stealing, is it? Then what will happen? Then he dare not to say. He also wished to make the stupas with the Buddha's relics. Then he has already shared all the Buddha's two relics to 8 countries. Then no Buddha's two relics remain. Then what will happen? Then he asked the container. Which the measures of the Buddha's relics. Then he asked, please give me this container. I will also make the chetiyas with this container relics. Or this container also, like we share the Buddha's two relics to 8 countries by measuring with the container. That is why this container is also considered as Buddha's relics. Then he also request to give these containers to him. Then all countries also agree. Then he took this container and he also made the Buddha's stupa or chetiyas with the container. There will be container chetya. Is it? Then after sharing, Maurya kings from Papali country also came to this place with their army. Please share the Buddha's relics to us. Then at that time, no Buddha's relics remain. Then at that time, what will happen? Then if you want, you can take the charcoal or burn the Buddha's body with the sandalwood. Then they don't complain. Okay, they also took the charcoal. Okay, the ambars, sandalwood ambars, charcoal from the Buddha's burning place, Buddha's body's burning place. Then they also make the chetya in their country. The other, 8 countries also, they also make the Buddha's relics chetya in their own country by putting the Buddha's relics there. By paying homage to the Buddha's relics chetya, then they will obtain a lot of benefits. Even when they pass away, they can be reborn in good destination in this way. Then regarding this one, this is the brief explanation. Okay, then brief explanation. Then what will happen? There's a Dhatu Bhajaniya Katha. And Mahāparinibbāna Sutta also mentioned some places. But there's a Dhatu Bhajaniya Katha, the sharings of the Buddha's relics, a chapter in Buddha Vansa Pali. In this Pali, then it's mentioned, okay, they build the Buddha's relics chetya in their country. So altogether, 8 relics chetya in 8 different countries. But the Dhamma Brahmana also built 1 chetiyas with the container which measure the Buddha's relics. Then there will be container relics chetya, Kumbha chetya. Then another one is, Maurya king from Papali country. They also build the chetya with the sandalwood charcoal. Then there will be charcoal chetya, relics chetya, altogether 10 chetya in the world with the Buddha's relics during this time. Then one thing, the Buddha's relics, when they burn the Buddha's body with the fire, at that times, all Buddha's body burned by the fire and become into many small pieces, become the relics. The relics are they are called Sambena relics. Sambena means broken relics. Then another, the relics here, the Buddha's forehead of the Buddha, the forehead of the Buddha here. That's one we call in Myanmar, Tenjis Omnisa Dhatu. Omnisa Dhatu is here. Relics or the foreheads of the Buddha didn't break into small pieces. Is it? It also remains as like the Buddha's relics, as big relics. Then also two shoulders of the Buddhas, two shoulder bone of the Buddha also didn't break into the small pieces. It also remain as a shoulder, as the the bone relics. Also, this one fangs of the Buddha, two fangs above and the upper two fangs, lower parts of the two fangs. So altogether, 4 fangs of the Buddha. This one is called the iron tooth of the Buddha. The iron tooth of the Buddha. 4 iron tooths of the Buddha also didn't break into these small pieces. So they altogether 7. These 7 are called Asambena Dhatu, unbroken relics of the Buddha. Where are they? Here, there are 3 sides of the Buddha's relics. The biggest size of the Buddha's relics are similar to the green beans. Green beans. Okay. The seeds or the bees. The seeds or the bees. The seed or the bees. The middle relics of the Buddha are broken rice, like the size of broken rice. The rice, then broken rice, half of the rice. Then what were the smallest relics of the Buddha are the size of the mustard seeds or sesame seeds, white sesame seed. The mustard seed. So altogether, 3 sides of the Buddha: biggest one, middle one, and smallest one. The seeds of the bees, and also the broken rice size, and also the size of the mustard seeds. Altogether, 3 sides of the Buddha. This one from the other parts of the body. They are called Sambena relics, Sambena statue. Then what is the color of the Buddha's relics? The biggest relics are similar to the golden colors, gold color. The middle relics are similar to pearl, white color, pearl, then a kind of jewel. The smallest Buddha's 2 relics are similar to jasmine flower, the flower bud, flower bud, like the small jasmine flower bud, similar to this one. Then you can see the size of the Buddha, 3 size of the Buddha's relics and 3 colors of the Buddha's relics. So there are 5 containers of the biggest Buddha's relics. There are also 5 containers of the middle relics of the Buddha. Then there are also 6 containers of the Buddha's smallest relics. Okay, altogether 16 containers of the Buddha's relics. Then where are they now? You know, the Buddha's the forehead of the Buddha's relics exists in Sri Lanka country now, Sihala country. Then here, this country, the shoulder relics from right, left side exists in Brahma realms. Then the other shoulder bone relics of the Buddha exist in Sihala country. Maybe they put in Tuparama Jitiya, some relics in Mahajitiya there. Then another one. Right, about right, you know, the tooth of the Buddha relics. Then we find all the Buddha relics here. Then where? Then Saka took this relics, put in the Chulamani Jitiya and Taurinda runs now. The same way, here, the tooth relics of the Buddha from right side, lower parts. Then where is this one? This one in Dragon Run. Dragon also took and make the GTRs and they also put the relics there. There, here, this relics from left side, above left side, then the tooth of the Buddhas or fans of the Buddha's relics exist in Gandhara country. Gandhara country. I think this is now, you know, the China, Jitiya Kalingara. This one in Beijing now, you know, this Buddha's two relics in Beijing, China. These two relics. Then the Buddha's two relics here, left side, under the tooth of the Buddha's relics exist in Kalinga country. Kalinga countries mean now the two, you know, the relics of the Buddha in Sri Lanka country. Altogether, 4 fans of the Buddha's relics, or 4 the tooth of the Buddha's relics. Then they exist in those country or those runs. Okay, the other remaining 2 relics also break into these small pieces. Then many Deva and Brahmas brought those two relics to many different runs, even in different universe, different Chakrawala. Okay, this is regarding the relics. Then, according to the commentaries explanations, what will happen me, then those relics will have dangers from non-Buddhists in the future. Then they will destroy the Buddha's relics Jitiya. Then nobody can respect the Buddha's relics Jitiya. Because of this danger, Venerable Kassapa saw this danger in the future. What will happen in the future? Then Venerable Mahākassapa encouraged Ajatasattu to collect all 2 relics and put in the one ground Jitiya, ground house, like make the kinds of store with the iron. Put all 2 Buddha's relics there, all Buddha's relics there, to keep for a long time. Then they also, the Ajatasattu can also go to the other country to take the Buddha's relics, is it? But only just a small amount of relics remain in their Jitiya. Then all the remaining relics took, and according to Venerable Kassapa's instruction, then Venerable Mahāparinibbāna's instruction, then he also built the relics store under the ground. Then make the iron house, iron the store, iron chitiya under the ground. Then the Saka also has to make the cut or those storeroom, etc. Then a few hundred years later, Asoka can appear. This can will contribute. This can will contribute. He will find out the Buddhas to relics from the underground. With his power, then taking the Buddhas to relics, then he will share the Buddhas to relics to the whole Jambudvipa. Then, a few hundreds later, all the Buddhas taking final Parinibbāna, Asoka can, Piyadasi can, Asoka can appear. Then during this time, they also found the Buddha's relics. Where are they? He had already built the 84,000 pagodas and 84,000 monasteries in Jambudvipa country with his power. Then they also want to offer the Buddha's relics to this Chetiya. That time they found with the existence of many Arahanta. Then luckily that time there was also one old bhikkhu, Arahanta bhikkhu, already 120, maybe 20 years, etc. Then from this Sayadaw, then he had when I was 7 years old, my teachers, 120 years Sayadaw, asked me to bring the flowers to puja to one chetiya in the forest, under the bushes. Then when they are searching for the Buddha's relics, they don't know how to find. But finally, this Sayadaw says to the king, then the king must be this Buddha's relics. Then the Sayadaw shows the Asoka kings to find the Buddha's relic. Finally, they found out the Buddha's relics stored under the ground. Then, taking the Buddha's relics, then he also offered the Buddha's relics to the 84,000 pagoda and monastery in the Jambudvipa country. He also offered a lot of things to the Buddha Sasana. He also the donor of the Tat Sanghas Kosa. Then after doing many offerings to the Buddha Sasana, he says to many Arhanta, now I have become the one who have inherited or the Buddha or Sasana. Sasana Dayada, Buddha Sasana Dayada in the Buddha's dispensation. Then they says, no, you are only, although you offer many money, many pagoda, many monasteries to the Buddha's Sasana, but you are not the ones who is the inheritance of the Buddha dispensation. Dhamma Dayada, Dayada, okay? Sasana Dayada. Only you are Pichaya Dayaka. You are the donor or requisites for the Buddha Sasana only, not Dhamma Dayada. Then how should I do to be Dayada or the Buddha's dispensation? Inheritance of the Buddha's dispensation. Then the Arhanta suggests, you should, if your son and daughter ordain as bhikkhu or bhikkhuni in the Buddha's dispensation, then you will be the one who is inheritance of the Buddha's dispensation. Then he wishes to be the inheritance of the Buddha's dispensation. That is why he also encouraged his son Mahindas to ordain as bhikkhu, Sangametta, his daughter Sangametta to ordain as bhikkhuni. Then according to his encouragement, they also ordained as bhikkhu and bhikkhuni in the Buddha's dispensation. Finally, they also practiced meditation and became Arhanta. Then, Venerable Mahāparinibbāna also propagate the Buddha dispensation in Sri Lanka and other countries, etc. Then, the Asoka can also become the inheritance of the Buddha's dispensation. Okay, this is what the commentary said. This is what we had from the Edda generation, etc. Okay, then this is the conclusions of the Buddha's last day. You also understand during the Buddha's last day, 10 months of the Buddha's last day. This is this final, the Buddha's last day. So conclusion of the Buddha's last day in the Dhamma talk also already we have already finished the Buddha's last day. Then during the Buddha's last day, how the Buddha propagate the Buddha's dispensation and how he experienced during his last day, etc. Then you also know many things from the Buddha's last days. By knowing this, especially, then you should follow the Buddha's instructions like Aprihaniya Dhamma, etc. Then you should also follow the Buddha's instructions to practice the 3 trainings until you realize Nibbana. Although you cannot realize Nibbana, if you pay homage to the Buddha's realisticity, etc., is it? Then even you can be reborn in good destination. They may be able to practice until you attain Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Thank you, Sayadaw, very much for your teaching today. We have quite some time left. May we open the floor for today's questions? Okay. If you
Last time, okay. Last time, maybe last time they also asked the questions.
Right.
The Buddha took his the last Parisandhi as Bodhisattva. Then he took his Parisandhi, the essence concentration, like the Upajjara Samadhi, based on metta meditations. Metta, no? Somanasa Sagata Jnana Samyutta Asankharika Citta, with the Somanasa Sagata Jnana Samyutta Asankharika Citta. Then he took his Parisandhis. Last time I said with the karuna, actually metta. This says metta.
Thank you. By the way, the participants, you can submit your questions to Zoom's chat, Zoom's question and answer Q&A now. First, we have a few questions from last teaching. Bandame Sayadaw. Oh, the English one, please. Can we? Oh, is this the first one? Okay.
Yeah, this from
Last session.
correct. Vitamin Sayadaw，有一位贤友说，茶叶属于什么食物？过午后不能饮用茶水，请问是这样吗？
Yeah, I'm sorry, Janice, I think you're breaking up.
I think the
Couldn't hear
interpreter
you. Let me repeat this. 有一位贤友说，茶叶属于食物，过午后不能饮用茶水，请问是这样吗？ Do we have the English translation for this?
Bande. Yes, Bande.
Tea water. after lunch, afternoon time. This one, the teeth, lapet, no, lapet, teeth leaf are considered as the curry dishes in our Myanmar countries. That is why we also eat as the curry in our country. Then this cannot be cooked in the afternoon and cannot drink such kinds of teeth in Myanmar. But one thing, if they wish to make as a juice, buying vegetarians without any leaf remain, etc. Only just water with the with the cold water, it will be okay. With the hot water, cannot boil, etc. Then in other country, maybe they says the tea leaf are not considered as curry. They just make as a medicines only. If they don't really eat the tea leaf as curry, like dishes, etc., okay, it is correct in their country. But in our country, we eat the tea leaf as a curry. That is why it is not allowable in the afternoon for bhikkhus and syalis.
第二个问题，如果想培植服务的善业，请问去北传寺院
The
做义
second
工合适
question,
吗？
please. 如果想培养服务的善业，请问去北传寺院做义工合适吗？如果可以，请问如何做比较如法呢？
It's okay. Depends on what they need and what you want to do. Doing service for the Buddhist temple, Buddha's bhikkhu, etc. This is quite okay, no problem. According to their ability, no problem.
The third question, 第三个问题，贤友们发现某些尊者持戒不清净，如袈裟上面穿着在家衣，或是为了恒顺众生便于在家人护持，对饮食挑剔，与在家人闲聊等。贤友们对此私下议论，请问可以吗？因为有位尊者开示说，比库持守227条戒律，不能因为某些戒律不清净而讥嫌比库，说这个恶业我们在家人背不起。请问是这样吗？
If they are breaking the Vinaya rule, they also really know okay, they are breaking the Vinaya rule seriously. They don't care. Then no problem, can point out their mistake or something like this. If you think it is not suitable to directly point out their mistakes to those persons, maybe you may inform the responsible persons, like their teacher or the shadows of the monastery, etc. In this way, it's better. If you see. Sometimes, okay, although they are breaking very serious Vinaya rule, they also really know, but they keep quiet because they are afraid of the making some mistake or something like this. Then, because of this, then they were such kinds of bhikkhu will grow and will grow more and more. Then it is also not suitable for Buddha Sasana. If they know exactly, then trying to inquire, trying to find out whether they are breaking very serious Vinaya rule or not, etc. Then no problem, can remind them. If possible, if it is suitable to remind directly to them, it is also okay. If not, maybe like with their responsible persons. In this way is better. But if they are very small thing, nothing to describe, only because of some reason, also sometimes need to ignore, need to ignore. Then if they can correct themselves, it will be better. Then all bhikkhu, 227 rule, all bhikkhu will keep without breaking all the time. It is not. It is also impossible. You know, Vinaya rule is for bhikkhu. If it is more than, some may break, but sometimes they will be careful not to break in the future in this way. But especially, you know, 4 parajika are unbreakable. Nobody can break them. If someone break one of these 4, then no more bhikkhu. Yes, he is no longer bhikkhu. But even Sanghadisesa, 13 Sanghadisesa, this is the skin heavy apati. Then the Buddha laid down, this is if they break one of these rules, there will be Sanghadisesa heavy apati. But there is also the ways for the treatment. Then they can recover from those apati by following, for example, taking privasa, manada, etc. Then sure, sometimes because of defilement or because of ignorance, etc., they may also break from time to time. But after breaking, try not to break in the future and do the proper treatment to recover from this apati, etc. So, for example, layperson break one of these apati rule, Sanghadisesa apati rule, they have no apati, this is only just for bhikkhu. They also still have defilement, they may break some of these or some of these, is it? Then C condition, they are purposely breaking or not. There will be allergy or shameless bhikkhu. Shameless, if they break the Vinaya rule purposely, there will be shameless bhikkhu. But after breaking, because of their defilement, they also confess their apatis to the other bhikkhu fellow by saying, by telling something like that. Then they are okay. Apate, apechati, apate, apechati. Okay, they have they break Vinaya rule, then they have apati. Then they also don't confess their apati. Then there will be also shameless bhikkhu. Agati Geminensa Kesati, they also follow, which is not suitable to follow because of fear or because of love, etc. Then there will be also shameless bhikkhu. But when they confess their apati, when they trying to recover from their apati according to the treatment, according to the making the recover, etc., then they are also good bhikkhu again, no problem. In this way, okay? C conditions, especially they are making very serious apati, then should remind them.
Pantame Sayadaw. Sayadaw explained the Buddha's relics were divided into 16 parts. Could Sayadaw share with us where are all the Buddha's relics now? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
60 container, say in English, how to call? 16 say. စိတ်or ၄စိတ်တည်င်းဟုတ်တယ်မလား2စိတ်တစ်ခွဲ2ခွဲတည်င်းအဲ့မှာ16စိတ်ကျန်there is when 60 containers remain the Buddha or the Buddha's relics from the Buddha's body then they share okay they share the Buddha's relics to each country 2 containers to each country altogether 8 countries so 16 containers reach the Buddha's relics in their each country. But according to commentaries explanation, later they will have dangers from non-Buddhists. They were destroying the Buddha's stupa, relics stupa. That is why then Venerable Mahākassapa prepares. Venerable Mahākassapa asked the Ajatasadukan to collect the Buddha's relics, then keep in the Buddha's relics store. Iron store under the ground. Then later, during Asoka time, then he found out the Buddha's relics and he shares to 84,000 pagoda in the Jambudvipa Islands, including, Myanmar, possible, also in the Sri Lanka, etc. Then just now I already explained. Then the Buddha's relics separate this in many pagoda, many pagoda, and also many jitiya, something like this. But some say there's a Buddha's relics in our jitiya, something like some maybe only fake relics, artificial relics possible. Some real relics. Now some can see there's a real Buddha's relics in this stupa, etc. For example, in the Tuparama Jitiya in Sri Lanka country, Mahajitiya in Sri Lanka country, and also like Shwetagong Pagoda, etc. Is it? And San Jitiya. Then Chulamani Jitiya and the Tawarindaran, Dragon, etc. They are also Buddha's fan relics here. In this way, but some we cannot say exactly some the body relics, small relics. But later, when after 5,000 years of the Buddha's dispensation, the Buddha dispensation were disappeared from the world. At the time, all Buddha relics from different places were combined together and became like a Buddha's appearance. Then the Buddha appearance will show many miracles in the world and preach the Dhamma. Then at that time also many will become will realize Nibbana, etc. According to the commentaries explanation, after that it will gather, all relics will gather in Mahajitiya and Sri Lanka country. Then later will move to the Bodha Gaya under near the Bodhi tree. Then the Buddha's the relics body will be burned by the fire. Then the Buddha's dispensation will completely disappear from the world.
Madame Sayadaw explained that one disciple took Buddha's relic without permission. To be able to keep Buddha's relics, does one need to possess some qualities? For example, does one need to hold the precepts, etc.? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Like Donna Brahmana and Saka, is it? They actually this one is their intention. The Donna Brahmana, okay, want to pay homage to the Buddha's relics. He consider he is also one of the person who is worthy to resist the Buddha's relic. That is why maybe he took the Buddha's the fun relics on his head. Then Saka also consider he cannot take care of the Buddha's relics properly. Then it will not be beneficial for beings. Then he took the Buddha's relics from his head and put in the Jitiya. So many Deva pay homage to the Buddha's relics there, and they obtain a lot of benefits in this way. it will be beneficial for many deva, etc. That is when they talk with the intention. What the intention is okay. Prabrigita Sinyita, one fetters and adinadana. If they think this is belong to other, then they also know, they also take others belonging purposely. What is not given, then it will be adinadana. But what they think is that this is belongs to me, not belong to this person, something like this. Okay, I am also Vadi Durasi, the Buddha's relics. Because of this intention only, they talk with the good intention only. For example, okay, this enough like that. Consider with the fetters or adinadana.
Vandami Sayadaw, there are many relics we can find nowadays. How do we know if they are true Buddha's relics or certain venerables relics? If we have these relics at home or at our shrine room, how should we arrange the relics? And do we need to pay respect to the relics, etc.? How should we pay attention towards the relics in our mind? Thank you, Sayadaw. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
That most of them are maybe the artificial relics or the Buddha, not real relics. For example, the Myanmar government invited the Buddhas to relics from the China. Then they also pay respect to the Buddha's relics years for about 2 weeks or 1 month, etc. Then during this time, they also make the some artificial or fake relics put together with the Buddha's real relics. Then when the Buddha's real relics return to their respective place, then they also said this is the Buddha's relics. Actually, they also already announced this is Buddha's copy relics. Copy relics. Then if the Buddhist refers to the Buddha, they pay respect to the artificial or fake relics by reference to the real Buddha. Then they will also have some the benefits, benefits. It is okay. Like the stupa, or stupa, they also make the Chaitya pagoda by reference to the Buddha. Like the Buddha statue made of the marble, etc., referring to the Buddha. They also pay homage to those statues by referring to the Buddha, real Buddha only, not only stone. If their mind have the, the devotionist mind toward the Buddha, devoted's mind towards the Buddha, respected mind toward the Buddha, it is okay. They only just pay homage to the statue without referring to real Buddha, they only just stop, something like this. Okay? In the same way, Chaitya also the same, the other relics also the same. Then you offer the flowers to the Buddha statue, then by referring to real Buddha, not only the statue only, or in this way need to do. So, Taitante Nebute Japi, Same Chate, Samampala, Chetopaniti Hetuhi, Sata Dok, Sata Gachandi, Sogate. When they pay homage to the statue of pagoda or relics, by referring to the real Buddha, your mind, okay, pay attention to the real Buddha. That is why then it can produce good results, even maybe similar results, etc. Is it? By paying homage to the such kinds of statue, then what will happen? When they pass away, even they can be reborn in good realm, etc. Okay, this is what the Buddha says in the past. But some, for example, they met the real Buddha, but they have no belief in the Buddha, even they get angry with the Buddha. Then what will happen? When they get angry with the Buddha, they will show their disrespect toward the Buddha, even Buddha statue, etc. By making this, then it will produce bad results to be reborn in lower realms, etc. Probably most of the relics nowadays will be the artificial or fake relics.
Bentami Sayadaw, we heard about a disciple who has a lot of relics growing in her house. She offered a Buddha statue with growing relics to Pauk Sayadaw in the monastery. How do we understand about these relics? Is it true that they will multiply a lot if we do chanting every day? Could Sayadaw enlighten us? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
This one maybe a cancel miracle with the disciples' power. This person, maybe this lady's power. I also visited the ladies from the Ho Chi Minh cities from Vietnam. She also have a lot of Buddha statues in her house. Then she also have the very Buddhist, many Buddha statues with the relics and Buddha's body, etc. She also show many miracles in her house. Even the relics automatically appear. This one is maybe her, because of her karma and power, also possible. May not be real relics, but also maybe with the real relics, the copy with the other artificial relics in this way also possible. One thing is she may have some help from others, like ancient being, like Deva or something, because of her karma in this way possible. But whether it grows from their body, we also saw the many Buddha statues with the relics and body, but it does not, I don't know, it grow in our face, in front of our face or no. We don't see such kinds of thing. I don't know, this is real or it they make with something, or maybe ancient, like Deva, ancient beings have heart or not, something only. So there are also many miracles, is it? Like magic powers and then many. But anyway, then they respect the Buddha statue and they are separating the Buddha's dispensation, something like this. If they have good mind without lying, then it will be beneficial. If they are lying, then according to their karma.
Bentami Sayadaw, according to Abhidhamma Sati, always and only occurs with Susala Sita. Focus, concentration can occur with Akusala Sita. What characteristics or qualities differentiates between Sati and the focus and concentration?
Actually, focus, sati is a mindfulness, is it? Whenever they have kusala mind, then the satis and the concentration samadhis were associated with the kusala mind. Okay, then because of sati, for example, you are holding one thing. You are holding the objects. That means sati is mindful, or sati is holding the objects. Like similar to the sati, holding something is similar to sati. Is it? Then focus or concentrate on the objects with the thing, with the one characters. This is a samadhi concentration. Then penetrate on the objects. Penetrate on the objects is called penya in this way. They are working together actually. Samasati, samasamadhi, etc. Is it? Samasati, samadhi, samasankappa, samavayama, samasati, samasamadhi. They are working mekkanga. 5 mekkangas are working together on the co-object. But some sati is very important. Without holding the objects, then the other concentration also cannot concentrate on the objects, also cannot, with the time also cannot penetrate on the objects, etc. So sati is the most important one, this one. If there's a sati, the other 2 will automatically come. If there's a no city, even they cannot hold the objects with their mind. Their mind will go here and there. That is why sati is the important one with this one. That is why they also say sati patthana.
现在缅甸有图片录像介绍说有一种溪水就会跳动的，据说是佛陀的法舍利，而有的尊者讲这是一种缅甸特有的草。既然佛陀已经火化了，还会有这种溪水才会动的法舍利吗？
This one is like the just now I already explained. Probably will be the artificial or copyright, something like this only. But some miracles depends on what they are true or not, they are lying or not. Consider some may be truth with some powers, like the help or ancient beings or deva, etc. Is it? Deva, etc. But this is a kind of like magical power. If they are not lying, it is good. If they are lying, not so good.
Thank you very much, Sayadaw, for your teachings. May Sayadaw lead us in making aspiration and sharing merits, please.
Repeat after me to share your merits to all beings. Idame punya asawakaya wahan hotu.
Idame bunyan asawa hotu.
Idam.
I'm sorry.
Idame punya.
Idame bunyan.
Ibanasa.
Ibanasa.
Pajayo hotu.
Pajayo hotu.
Mama punya bagam.
Mama punyam bagam.
Tapasadana.
Tapasadanam.
Pajemi.
Pajemi.
Esabe.
Esabe.
Esaman.
Esaman.
Punya bagam.
Punyam bagam.
Labandu.
Labantu.
Sadhu. 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 Okay. Okay. Then the Buddha's last day, Mahāparinibbāna Sutta. Then the last talk finished. Altogether 25 talks. Then for then I don't know. Now a few days, about 5 days later, I will also go to the Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. So I will not be in the monastery. I will be also busy in their country. That is why for next teachings, then maybe we'll discuss with the Janice later. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Our sincere thanks, Sayadaw, for your 25 inspiring teachings on the Buddha's last days. And safe travels. And I hope we hear your teachings again. Thank you again also for Sayadaw's teachings and Bande's interpretation. Please feel free to leave Zoom at your convenience. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.